Hi, it's Christine Ruiz of ChristineDeco.com. You guys, I thought I was going live publicly and I was going live to only myself. And that happened because I was testing something out earlier. And so I don't know if you guys know, but if you have an option to, when you post or go live or certain things like that, you can designate if only someone sees it, if only you see it, if a few people see it. That's with whatever you post and lives and stuff like that. So I was testing. Hi, Jacqueline. How are you doing? Are you at work? Are you in the office? Let me know. Are you at home, Brutus? Yeah, so I was talking to myself for about 5 minutes until I realized, I was like, nobody's on here, which is odd, because you get some people, and realized that no one could see this. Hi, S.A.V.E.R.S. I was just saying, I literally was talking live, not realizing that nobody could see this because it was set to only me. So that was my bad. Anyhow, I was saying today is a busy day. It is our first PTA meeting at the school. I'm the PTA president again. So I'm a little nervous because it's just the first meetings are, everyone's all like intense and excited. So I'm just hoping everything goes well, which I'm sure it will. But anyhow, today is the last day of Lifesavers. Hey, of our Lifesavers series. And yes, guys, hit the like button, share this if you find this helpful, if you're interested, things like that. And I always say, if you guys don't already have Audible, the Lifesavers is from The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod, the book I've been going through these last few days. And if you don't already have Audible and want the book for free, let me know. Send me a message, comment in here, and I'll get that book to you. I've already had quite a few people who I've been able to give the book to for free, which is really exciting because I'm glad that people were influenced enough or cared enough to want to actually try this and read the book themselves. Hey, Tiffany, how are you doing? So again, don't forget, you can, I think it's here in the comments, let me know. I put my email address and you can DM me if you want the free Audible book. And if you're not on my email list, why not? You can sign up through the link there too. But anyhow, getting back to Lifesavers, we went through all the letters so far. Today's the last day. So S is for silence, and that was meditation, whether it's guided meditation, prayer. A was for affirmations. V for visualizations. E for exercise. Yesterday we did R, which is for reading. And today, the last letter, S, is for scribing or journaling, writing. So I particularly really enjoy this one. And it's interesting. For me personally, I've been in marketing pretty much since college, majority of my career. And before, when I was just in high school and college, I enjoyed writing. I did poetry, I did creative writing. I noticed though, over the years of working in an environment where I had to write for my job, and so I'm writing about things that sometimes I cared about, sometimes I wasn't that passionate about. I started to dislike writing, but it's been interesting since delving into entrepreneurship. I've done so much more writing and I'm getting back to the point of enjoying it. But for the purpose of the Miracle Morning, when it comes to scribing or writing, it could be anything from journaling to doing bullets. A bullet journal. It can be a gratitude letter, a gratitude log, gratitude list, and listing. It's really just getting what's inside, getting your thoughts and your feelings down and out on paper. Now, one of the things that Hal talks about, hey, Reggie, I'm trying to say hi to you guys, come on. And S.A.V.E.R.S, Tiffany, Reggie, I don't know, Jacqueline, if you're still on here, let me know if you guys do write or you journal. And if you guys have a preference, I'm going to share some from the book. But please, I can't talk. Please feel free. Welcome to the Miracle. Yeah, Reggie. Reggie is in the Miracle Morning community in Facebook with me. So I do see him post from time to time. So I know Reggie for sure is into the Miracle Morning and is benefiting from it too. You're on day 39. That's awesome. I typically don't know because I just started doing it when I read the book the first time. So I didn't actually count my days, but maybe I should start. I'm going to start again and make sure I'm committed to it. But really with writing, it's just taking that time to be able to, I think Tony Robbins or somebody said, a life worth living is a life worth writing. And so to just take that time, whether it's 5 minutes, if you want to do more, 10 minutes, but to take that time to really write down and get down your thoughts. And you can do it in different ways. I have for a period of time done a gratitude or thankfulness journal. And essentially I've done it, I talked about it before, I've done it different ways. Sometimes I do it in a way, things I'm not pleased with right now. Sometimes I do it in a way that I will set a timer for 5 or 10 minutes and just write down all the things that I'm thankful for within that time limit. I've also done it where I just say 10 things every day. I'm going to write 10 things down. And sort of the idea and the purpose behind that is really sort of setting your intentions and getting a higher vibration, setting your mood for the day. If you are starting the day already giving thanks and focusing on what you do have and what you're thankful for, and you can still write down the things you're excited to bring into fruition, but sort of sitting a few minutes in that zone does wonders for you. Because sometimes we wake up and we're tired, we're frustrated, we're thinking about something that's due, somewhere we have to go. We might be dreading something, but if we set the intention, and honestly, not just the morning of, but the night before, that we're going to focus on the good, it really sort of brightens us up, lifts us up, and gives a different focus. Even today, I was sort of like, man, I have this PTA meeting. I still have to finish the proposed budget. I literally, before I got on here, I had to submit a proposal for a potential client, and then I had to actually do a contract and an invoice for a client I just signed that I had spoken to yesterday. And I had to do that in a short frame of time. Obviously get the kids out, drop me off, all that stuff. And I was just sort of like, how am I going to get this all done? But instead I said, I'm thankful that I have things to even do. I'm thankful that I have a proposal to write. I'm thankful that I am active in my community and my, now my second youngest child's school, that I'm volunteering and dedicating my time to at least be there. And do what I can do. And will I do everything perfectly every time? No, probably not. Human error, it's natural. But just the fact of being thankful to have things that need to be done, have things to do. So I think it's really just sort of shifting your vibration and your feelings and your mindset. So I want to share, I took notes, and this is one of my journals. A few things he said to do is, one, decide on a journal, your medium. Are you going to do an electronic journal, or are you going to do one on paper? It's funny because my husband's very technical. He's in the IT field. And so when it comes to planners, you guys know, I've showed it before. I have a very big planner. I love it. It's a passion planner. And I like to physically write down things that I have to get done for the month and daily. Versus my husband is like, I can't keep track of that. He is very much digital. He got the same journal. He got my journal's nicer, but he got himself a journal too. And he was kind of on it for a while. And then he was just like, no, I like the calendar better, the electronic calendar. So figuring out what's best for you. If you're unsure, maybe give yourself a few days and try both. Try journaling on your phone, or on your laptop, or your computer. And then another day, try physically writing it down. But either way, deciding on a medium and then getting it, purchasing it, starting it. One of the things he suggests is, if you're going to get a journal that is a physical journal, is to get one that's lined and dated. And the reason why he said to have dated, and I thought was interesting, because I haven't had a dated planner. This one has a space to put the date, but it's not pre-dated. But he said to do that because he said when you have dates, then you can't, I might have to say double negative. You can't, he said you can't not notice if you skip a day. So essentially, like, you can't deny it if you skip a day when you have a dated journal because it's dated. Like, I write my dates in, so I can just do whatever. But you can't fake the funk when you have something dated. So I think that's a good point about consistency and staying committed, is that it's holding you accountable when you have that dated journal. So that's one thing I thought was cool. And then if someone can write this down, write it in the comments. If not, I'll go back and add it. He did give a few suggestions of journals. 5minutejournal.com is both digital and physical. So 5minutejournal.com is a good one he recommended. Of course, he has the Miracle Morning Journal, which you can get on Amazon or directly from his website. And if you go to tmmbook.com, someone can write this, thanks. And if you can't, I'll just do it afterwards. But TMM, hi Mike, I think you're on here, tmmbook.com. The bullet, sorry, not the, but bulletjournal.com. What's this one? Oh, day1app.com and Penza, I think that's penza.com, are a few different journals that he recommended. Let me share this out. Journals that he recommended using. So that's a mixture of physical and technical journals, but that's just something to kind of know is a resource out there, is that there's more than one way to journal. If you are wanting to, so I talked about gratitude journal, but you can also just write down your thoughts. Sometimes journals, and I think it might be the 5-minute journal, where you can ask yourself prompting questions or write prompting questions like, who can I help today? What would make my day, what would make today great? So it sort of gets you in the mindset of thinking about things that you want to happen. We talked about this before, I think when it was affirmations, how oftentimes we affirm a lot of things, good and bad, positive and negative. We affirm our fears sometimes and our worries, and instead of spending our creativity, drafting up all the things we don't want and painting a picture in our mind of all the things we don't want to come to pass, it's so much better to spend that time and that energy and that focus on what we want to occur, what we want to experience, what we do want to happen, and thinking about what steps and what actions we can take to actually bring it into fruition, to make it happen. So that's one of the things about scribing, is if you're asking prompting questions, you can do that. You can, like I said, ask what would make today great. What can I do to serve someone today? What can I share today? What thing can I learn today? Asking yourself prompting questions so you can spend your journaling time answering those prompt questions as well. That's something you can always do. And then, like I said, bullet journaling. Sometimes, and bullet journaling, I would utilize bulletjournal.com. I'm not as familiar with that. But as far as lists go, the only time I really do lists is if I'm doing gratitude. Other than that, if I'm journaling and writing, I'm writing what I'm thinking about. And lastly, because I do want to keep this short, or shorter than they sometimes are, I wanted to share with you, he did give, because I know yesterday someone asked about timing. And again, in the book several times he sort of mentions waking up an hour earlier than you normally do to do your miracle morning. But at times he's said in the book, he'll kind of mention, or, doing a 30-minute miracle morning or what have you. But he did give sort of recommendations for timing, and I probably will go back and put this. But for silence, if you're going to do a 60-minute miracle morning, for silence, recommend 10 minutes. For affirmations, 10 minutes. Visualizations, 5 minutes. Exercise, hey Courtney, for exercise, it would be 10 minutes. Reading, 20 minutes. That's your biggest one, is reading. And then scribing would be 5 minutes. So I remember I mentioned to you, I used to do like 10-minute scribing or 10-minute journaling, but he was saying 5. Also, but that's just a recommendation when people kind of like, well, how much time should I spend on each thing? And then also, another thing he mentions is just, it's totally fine. It's your morning. This is just a recommendation and a guide, but he does recommend or suggest that you switch up the order. It doesn't have to necessarily go in the order of S.A.V.E.R.S as long as you're doing each of the components of S.A.V.E.R.S every morning. Sorry, my baby's sleeping with his mouth open. So that was just something I did want to mention, because like I said, it's not that you have to do them all in the same order. Some people like to just wake up and exercise, like start exercise to wake themselves up. Other people want that to sort of be the last thing that they do, or in between. So it's totally up to you. But I wanted to share that. I'm definitely going to come back in here and put in the notes some of the things that I was saying, so that if you didn't catch it or someone catches it in the replay, you're able to kind of like find those resources. I'll definitely do that. Um, and thank you guys for joining me in this Lifesaver series. It was definitely fun. I like that it allowed me to sort of take time to go back and re-listen to the Miracle Morning, because there were some things that I was like, I need to just hear this again. Another cool thing, he has several different Miracle Mornings. I have the one for network marketers. There's one specifically for entrepreneurs because it's different. I'm a marketer and an entrepreneur, but it's definitely different. Hey, Tiffany. But he also has a Miracle Morning, I think for like parents. And I think there's one, if it's not already out, he's creating even one for Miracle Morning for people who are dealing with substance abuse. So I think it's more of like maybe the recovery, um, or sort of transitioning out of that. But there are a ton of Miracle Mornings. So just wanted to put that out there in case people don't know. And even though the Lifesaver series is done, I will be continuing to do my Afternoon Light Facebook series. So at 12 o'clock each day, Monday through Friday. So tomorrow, did I write down? We will be addressing a different topic. But if I can't find it, we'll just have to wait and see. I know I've been getting some people sending me messages and sort of in my chat box. So I will kind of be going over different topics, but I think tomorrow we might talk about attraction marketing specifically, because some people heard me mention that and they're like, but what is it? So we might talk about attraction marketing for critics. I did this probably back around December. We're just talking about it and just shared just some things of personal experience that I've had with critics, and especially when you are daring to do something different. So I think it's something that a lot of people relate to. So if you guys are available, join me tomorrow at 12, because we'll be talking about something. Don't hold me to those exact subjects, because when I wake up and I feel like something else is pressing on my heart, we're going to talk about that. But thank you guys once again, and I'll see you guys later. Have a great Wednesday. We're halfway through the week, almost to the weekend. And also, anyone that's in, I guess, the trajectory of Hurricane Florence or is evacuating, definitely in my thoughts and prayers. It's crazy seeing how big this thing is. But I did just want to say, please, if they tell you to evacuate your town, please get out and go. And I don't know what resources for people who maybe don't have transportation, but if I can find something, I'll share it on my page. But that's definitely something, it's serious. So please be safe and have a great Wednesday. Oh, one more thing. And hi, Teresa. One more thing. There is Wednesdays. I'm an affiliate marketer, and Wednesdays are always a free webinar at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I know Jen Johnson, she's sort of in network marketing, but she'll be speaking tonight, really just focusing, helping people who have trouble focusing on growing their business and kind of what's missing from it and how to attract people to you. Hi, Tom. So if you guys are free tonight, which is Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, I'm going to actually go back and put that link in the description here. It's a free webinar. You don't have to pay anything, but just, register so you don't forget. And it's happening tonight at 9. And it's all going to be about how to become the attractor in attraction marketing. So we might be talking about it tomorrow anyway. But yeah, catch that tonight if you can. All right. See you guys later. Bye.